We've just reviewed a few key components of well-being, components that'll be useful for your understanding in the context of meditation and yoga. I'd like to emphasize here that well-being is a complex phenomenon. Although I typically conceptualize it as a skill that you can work on through practice, such as the practice of yoga or the practice of meditation, it's important to remember that well-being is influenced by many factors. These include things like socioeconomic status and culture. This is important to remember as we continue with our learning of yoga and meditation. By focusing on the science and practice of yoga, we're not suggesting that other factors don't play a role in one's wellness. We're simply focusing on practices that are within your control, tools that you can take with you wherever you go in order to maintain balance in your life. By treating well-being as a skill, and through understanding that we can shape our minds by changing our actions, we're taking ownership of our own well-being. Cultivating a contemplative mind through practices of yoga and meditation lets us take control of our wellness. But by taking control of well-being, it's critical not to be too rigid in your approach. Dr. Dan Siegel, a clinical professor of psychiatry at the UCLA School of Medicine, describes what he calls the river of well-being. On one bank, there's chaos, where the mind and body are completely out of control. This state of chaos is one we see emerging from the inundation of information that's now happening right now in our digital age. Chaos means you have no control. It means confusion and uncertainty are pervasive throughout your days. In many ways, yoga and meditation are tools that keep you away from this bank of chaos. On the other bank, however, there's rigidity, where you're stiff and inflexible. You want to have control, but not too much control. Rigidity means you're imposing control on everything and everyone around you. Being rigid can lead you to a state of closed-mindedness where you're unable and unwilling to compromise on your beliefs. Along this path of learning the practice of yoga and potentially incorporating it into your daily life, you may find that you get really serious about the practice, or really serious about particular poses, or even really serious about your own wellness. If that happens, remember this river of well-being. You don't want your mind and body to be out of control, but you don't want to be too regimented either. It's important to remember to enjoy yourself in this process. When you get too caught up in a ritual, try to take a step back and see the bigger picture. Your humanity is more valuable than doing the textbook perfect thing. Adele Diamond, a leading developmental psychologist, once said, "Like anything that becomes institutionalized, like any practice, sometimes the technique takes precedence over the spirit." She gives the example of the Christian, Jew, or Muslim who goes to church, synagogue, or mosque every single week without missing a beat and maintains the rituals of that faith. If they practice these rituals without taking the teachings into their lives, for example, if they treat other people badly, they're egotistical or materialistic, they're choosing technique over spirit. The goal of this course is not to give you the tools to be the best yogi that's ever been. The goal is for you to take these tools and become a better human being, to reduce your own suffering so that you can be there fully for those around you. The take-home message is about living in a state of integration, where integration can lead to better decision-making, self-awareness, a fuller understanding, and stronger relationships. The goal is to be on the river of well-being, flowing through life neither too controlled nor out of control. You're flexible and adaptable and can adjust your thoughts and behaviors when necessary. Being on the river means you're in harmony with the world around you. You have an awareness and understanding of yourself, the people around you, and your life.